Hello YouTube, Sam from youtube.com/onlivegamer here for the new Boston. In this tutorial we're going to be taking a look at simple math operators. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to come up here into our code and we're going to start off by declaring a variable. Now we're going to want to make an integer. So we'll do num1 as integer and we'll go ahead and set that equal to 5, or here. Let's not set that equal to anything yet. So we'll do num1 equals 5 plus 5. So now if we come down here and print out num1 on the console, it's going to give us the output of 10. What we can also do is use the parameters of WriteLine to add numbers to num1. So what I mean by this is, let's say we have num1, we want to print out num1 plus 5. So when we run this, we should get 15. Now if we come up here, we can also subtract 5. So num1 equals 5 minus 5. That's going to give us the value of 0. And now if we print that out, let's go ahead and take this out. If we print that out, here we get 0. We can also do division. So to divide in Visual Basic, and this is the same throughout mostly all languages, you're going to use the /. So if we divide 5 by 5, we're going to get the value 1. And to multiply, you just use the asterisk. So 5 times 5 is equal to 25. Right there. And now we can also do the power. So 5 to the power of 2 is going to equal 25. And if we do 5 to the power of 3, we're going to get, 125. So here we go, 125 right there. Now what we can also do is what's called modulus. Now this is a little tricky for some people to understand, but I'll try to explain it the best I can. What modulus does is it will divide two integers for you and then give you the remainder. So if we do 5 mod 2, so what happens when you divide 5 by 2? You're going to get 2 with a remainder of 1. And since we're using integers, we can't get decimals, so we're going to get a remainder. So now if we run this, you can see that it prints out 1. We can also add variables to each other. So if we declare num1 as an integer and we set it equal to 4, we can declare a second variable. Let's call this one num2, and we'll create an integer and we'll set it equal to 8. And now if we print out num1 plus num2, it's going to give us the value of 12. This also works for all of the other operators that we've seen. We can multiply them together, which will give us the value of 32. And what we can do is we can create a third variable here. Let's just do that. We'll create a third variable and we'll call it answer, and we'll make it an integer. And we'll set it equal to, or first off we'll set it equal to nothing. Now basically what nothing is if you've learned any other languages, it's equivalent to null. So answer, instead of not assigning answer a value, we're just going to set it equal to nothing. And you can see that it won't give us a warning here. So if we take this out, we get a warning. But since we assign it to nothing, which is equivalent to null, we don't get a warning here, and that will prevent errors from possibly happening in the future. So then down here we'll just type answer equals num1 divided by num2. Now in our case, in this program, we didn't have to set this equal to nothing, but I just wanted to throw that in there so you guys would know what it is and be able to use it later on in your programs. So answer equals num1 divided by num2. So if we write out answer, we are going to get 0. So if you do 4 divided by 8, you get a decimal number, and since integers can't they can't implicitly convert themselves to decimals. It's just going to give you 0. So let's go ahead and change this to multiply, and we're going to get 32. Now, since before we got 0 by dividing them by each other, I'm going to show you how to fix this. What we're going to do is, instead of making them integers, we're going to make them doubles. Or here. We don't have to make those doubles. We can make the answer a double. So now, since our answer can have decimal numbers, if we divide num1 by num2, we will get 0.5. So take a look at some of these math operators. Play around with them with doubles, integers. You can use a byte, you can use a long, you can use anything. Just play around with these math operators, get used to them, and then once you've got that down, go ahead and move on to the next tutorial. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.